Good evening. Already we have seen Mendel's crosses, both monohybrid and dihybrid crosses we have studied. Now, on the basis of Mendel's crosses, he has given some laws, some three important laws, which we call them as laws of heredity, we used to say. So, based on Mendel, on his experiments, he has given some laws, which we call them as laws of heredity, we used to call. Let us see one by one. The first one is, he has given law of dominance. So first we will see the explanation as per your book. When two homozygous individuals with one or more sets of contrasting character are crossed, the characters that appear in the F1 hybrid are dominant and those that do not appear in F1 are recessive character. So now we will see the explanation. When two homozygous individuals with one or more sets of contrasting character. Let us take the monohybrid cross. We have height as a character, and he has taken two different plants. That is, tall plant we used to denote as capital T and small t for dwarf plants. So these, since it is a homozygous, these both are homozygous, it produces only one type of gametes. These two gametes unite together to form a F1 generation, which is having a half coming from the one parent, another half coming from the another parent. This we call them as F1 generation or first filial generation. So phenotypically, if you see the F1 plants, all the plants are tall. So the character which is not appeared in F1 is the dwarf characters. Dwarf not appeared in F1. So the character which appeared in F1 is tall. So again come, when two homozygous individuals with one or more sets of contrasting character, the one which is obtaining in F1 is called as a dominant and which is not expressed is called as a dwarf. So as per the monohybrid cross, the tall is dominant and the dwarf is recessive, because the dwarf character does not appear in the F1 generation. So as per the law, when two homozygous, the same we can applicable to, what we can do is, we can see them in the dihybrid cross also. What we did in dihybrid cross, he crossed round yellow with that of wrinkled green. So since it is homozygous, these both the parents are homozygous, it produced, we have seen already, only one type of gametes. So these gametes unite to form an F1 individual, capital R, capital Y, small y. So the F1 generation is showing phenotypically. Externally it is round yellow. So the character which is shown in the F1 generation is dominant and the which is not shown in F1 generation is recessive. So as per the dihybrid cross, we can say that the round yellow is dominant over the wrinkled green. So this is what we call it as law of dominance. So we will see the next law, the law of independent assortment. So we will see the definition first. In case of inheritance of two or more pairs of characters, remember about dihybrid cross, that is round yellow we crossed, that is two or more pairs of characters. Here the shape is there and color is there. So two different pairs of characters. Simultaneously, the factors or genes of one pair assert out independently of the other pair. So while forming the gametes, let us take only one parent, that is only for our easiest understanding, we will take the dominant parent. that is round yellow. So the factors, again go to the factors are genes of one pair assert out independently. That is, if you take capital R and small y, while forming gamete, either for the shape or for the color, one will not influence the other. That is, for example, here the shape will not influence the color and form the gamete. So this R will form separately and Y will form separately. So this, if you take in F1 generation, you can easily it won't influence. This is what we call it as law of independent assortment. You take again the F1 of dihybrid cross, we have capital R small r, capital Y small y. So we have two different types of factors or genes brought from two different parents, that is male and female. So here also, while forming the gamete, we already know that the capital R can go with capital Y, the same time the capital R can go with small y also. Like that, the small r can go with capital Y, then small r can go with small y. This is what we call it as law of independent assortment. That is, without the influence of the other, they form the gamete and they form the individual. This is what we call it as law of independent assortment. You think about this and you read well. And next we will see law of segregation or law of purity of gametes. So we will first see the explanation. When a pair of contrasting factors or genes or allelomorphs are brought together in a heterozygote or a hybrid, the two members of the allelic pair remain together without mixing. See the keyword, without mixing. And when form gametes, they two separate out so that only one enters into each gamete. So let us see. We take the example of monohybrid cross. It is a cross between two homozygous parents which are differing in only one character, the tall plant and dwarf plant. So when these two gametes from male and female are brought together, we have an F1 which have half from the male and half of the gamete from the female, we can say. So this is what we call it as a hybrid, or we call this as a heterozygote. Why we call them as heterozygote is hetero means different, the zygote refers to the gametes. So they form different types of gametes, so we call them as a heterozygote. At the same time, we call it as a hybrid because it has the characters from both the parents, two different types of parents. So now come to the law. When a heterozygote form a gamete, they separate out. That is, they separate out, and one enters into gamete each without influencing the other again here. So like the same, we can have the example of dihybrid cross also here. So in dihybrid cross, capital R small r, the F1 is, or the heterozygote or the hybrid is having a genotype capital R small r and capital Y small y. So while they form the gamete, without influencing the other, they form the gamete. This is what we call it as a law of segregation, and this is also called as a law of purity of gametes. Thank you.